Still, there's no live entertainment, no entertainment out and about. But I've been catching up with various singers, entertainers, and the great and the good of music and indeed in other fields as well since the lockdown. I'm delighted to say hello to a lass from her home in Portumna in County Galway. She was going an absolute a storm before the lockdown, appearing all over the place and numerous successful singles. And I'm delighted to say a big hello, Sabrina Fallon. Sabrina, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It's great to have the chat.
A real pleasure. Listen, you were going great guns. You were absolutely flying over this past couple of years.
I suppose. Well, I've been lucky enough to steady bit of progress there, slow, steady progress, as they say. Yeah. So, it was great. I suppose I started off on Clochera. Mike took me on a couple of years ago, and I didn't really think that I do as well. Do you know that kind of way? After Clochera, of course, I was out kind of early enough in Clochera, but it was a great foundation and stepping stone. So I just kind of kept going from there, and I suppose I have done very well. Yeah,
you haven't.
Just reflecting back. Yeah,
you have indeed. You know, the strange thing about it is with the likes of things like Clochera, it doesn't appear to matter actually how far you go, whether you win or anything else. It really is many artists who haven't won, haven't got out early. They've actually gone on to be incredibly successful.
I think so. Yeah, there's some of the ladies that would have been out relatively early in it have done extremely well, and indeed the gentlemen as well. Yeah, at the time when I was on and when I was sent home, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. But it actually, I went home that night and I said I can either let it destroy me now or keep going. So I got out the next day and went singing again. So. Yeah, so I think the exposure is probably the main thing. Do you know that kind of way? It's a great platform. It really is. It's a great show. It
is. It definitely is. But you, the one thing that you did, you managed to put your own stamp on, on classic old songs like, the old Maid and the Garrett. I mean, that's as old as the hills. But you managed to put your own, your own style, your own arrangement on it, and it went down an absolute storm.
Do you know what? It did do well. Yeah. It was actually PJ Murray, who's very, very good to me. He rang me and he just said to me, look, he rings me about once a week, and he just said, I think you should record this song. He said, it hasn't been done in a long time. And I said, you're onto something there, PJ. So I went up to Letterkenny, actually, and recorded it with Brian Corrigan up there in Letterkenny, and it's done really well. Yeah, really, really well. People love those old classics, I suppose you kind of learn as you go on what people, what I suppose Philomena Begley told me before, give the people what they want, that kind of way, and that seems to be certainly a song that they want. So it did well, yeah. And sorry, go ahead.
Same as the song The Waxies Dargle. I mean, that's another one, which was, as old as the hills, but it went. Yeah. You put your own arrangement on it and your own stamp on it. It went down an absolute storm.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I did that with Enda, actually. He's from Jerry Grimes' band as well. I recorded that. He's local here enough to me, and he done a great job. There's great guys around in the studios also to record with, that kind of way. So they give it a good punch. It needs that bit of a punch, especially for the jiving anyway. It needs to be taken off the dance floor early with
indeed.
With a bit of bass and stuff, yeah.
Indeed, so no question about that. I mean, the album My Country Collection, I mean, it had it had some cracking songs on it. You also had the old favourite Stumbling In together with Joe Cooney, which was a cracking version of the song from way back in the 70s.
Yeah, it's funny. Joe had said to me he'd love to record, but he was a bit weary. I suppose he'd never done it before. And he was like, "Will you do it with me?" And he came up with the song, and I was like, "Wow, it's a great song." But I suppose you never really know how the song was going to go. But it really suits Joe's voice. It was his first time to ever record. We went into the studio down to Wayne Rose down there in Ballyrose Studio, and he was very good to us. And it did go really well. And you'd still get people ask for Stumbling In, actually. Yeah, so it was a good song. Yeah, very lucky.
Indeed it was. Listen, have you always been involved in music and all that?
I suppose I went travelling for a couple of years, and I kind of, but being young, growing up with, my dad plays in the band all his life, and all my brothers as well, they'd all be very, very musical. I had a brother drumming with Joe Dolan there for years, and Dad would have been a drummer all his life, and then the last couple of years he went singing, actually. He just never wanted to stop, so we would have had music every day of the week, blaring in the house, that kind of way. Everybody's practicing drums or guitars or something like, and two other brothers in band as well. And of course, Mike, just up the road from us as well, he was always musical as well. So it's something that I would go and I'd sing with Daddy, or I'd go, and then I actually went through college while I was busking. So I was out in Galway in Chop Street. That's how I really started off performing on my own, I suppose. So I loved that, I have to say now. But and that's kind of where I started off. And then I travelled. I went to America for a couple of years, and I took a break, and then I came back and I knew I wanted to do it. I wanted to pursue it career-wise. So I've been lucky enough to do really well with it.
Well done, fair play.
Hard work. Hard work. There's a good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it is hard work. When you say about Mike, that of course is Mike Denver.
Yeah, Mike Fallon. I do. The Denver is his stage name. Yeah, but my daddy would be brothers, and I suppose Mike Roisin, his mum. He would have went and sang with Roisin for years, and then Willie Carty to come over, and he'd done really well. And I was living in America at the time, and I came home and I'd heard Mike was doing really well. And when I came home, I was like, wow, he's doing really well. He really he's done fantastic. So yes, and he's been a great role model as well. He's a lovely, down to earth guy. Not because he's my cousin or anything, but what I would hear from everybody is he's just such a down to earth, genuine. He's kept his feet on the ground, which is very important. So yeah, he's been very good to me as well over the years.
Yeah, indeed, excellent. I mean, he really is astounding. I had a word running back a few weeks ago, and great to catch up with him indeed. And he is an astounding talent. Yeah. There's no question. And one of the top.
He is. Top great entertainer. Yeah.
Yeah, top music entertainer. So tell me this, Sabrina. What have you been doing with yourself since lockdown?
Well, would you believe I'm actually in the middle of my master's, so I've been writing a thesis and. Quite challenging now, I have to say, at the least. So I'm almost there with it. So it's come. Obviously, I missed the gig and everything, but I'm intense enough here with the studies at home. So I'll be finished this in about 2 months' time, and just getting new songs and recording, learning new songs and things like that. So I kept very busy, actually. To be honest, and but definitely, would love to be back gigging now, and hopefully we'll see. Nobody really knows, I suppose, what the. Obviously the main priority is everybody's safe, that kind of way, and would have to be okayed by the authorities for us to go back gigging. But we'll see what happens over the next few months and things like that. So
that's
the ultimate goal, I'd say, for everybody would be to get it back on the road. But you can't do that until everything is safe.
That's exactly it. That's exactly.
Yeah, it is.
So tell me, what are you doing? What are you doing the masters in?
In textiles, fine arts, actually, yeah. So I do a lot of social artistry, socially engaged practices, and travel to schools with that, but there hasn't been any of that either now because of what's going on. So,
yes.
Yeah, so I'm knitting with crutches and doing all kind of crazy things, very artistic. And doing a project on the pandemic as well with textiles. So it's been good. It's actually been a good channel, of energy to release and stuff of what's going on and everything, because it has really been, the rug has been pulled from everybody's world. It's across the board. It's huge changes. We'd never see anything like this in my lifetime. I didn't think I would anyway. So it's I suppose it's allowed everybody to slow down slightly and kind of see what's important and see life through a different pair of glasses. But there's no doubt about it. Like, what I'm hearing across the board from all the entertainers is they're ready to go back. So, they'd like to get back on the stage again.
Indeed. So everybody misses it. And one of the things which I think which all of the singers and the artists all say, that they actually miss meeting the people. That's one of the biggest things.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing like, you're singing and the crowd are enjoying it, and it's a two-way street. I always say there's an energy exchange, so if I see somebody jumping around and having great crack, then I'm really enjoying myself as well, that kind of way, and the people are lovely. It's just, like, I'm a chatterbox, as you can hear yourself here now, but I love to be able to chat to the people and meet the people, and there's such nice people, and, like, such lovely support, genuine people that will come out and hear you, and I just think that's fantastic, because without the supporters, we wouldn't have anything, that kind of way. So it's a two-way street. And, of course, the DJs like yourselves and everybody, and keeping it all going, it's a circle.
Yeah, indeed, that's exactly it. And no doubt, were you mainly playing, before the lockdown, were you mainly playing doing social dancing?
Yeah, I suppose I would do guest spots, social dancing, some, parties or gigs, or a mixture really, and some pub gigs as well, so a broad spectrum there. You could find me at anything. But the social dancing would be, where the the floorboards are bouncing and there's lots of noise going on. And I would travel, could be in Cork one night, carry another, I'd be on the road myself, bring in the PA system, set it up, take it down and go home. So it's not for, it's a tough life, but it's very rewarding though, it really is, the fabulous people you meet and everything,
Oh, indeed so. Well, fair play, you're one woman show, you're doing the hauling and the playing and the whole lot yourself.
I am. I have the tracks and I have the accordion for a couple of songs as well, and that's it, yeah. And then the last gig I actually did, it was the lockdown came down the next day. It was a concert for the Galway Bay concert in Lochray Hotel, and it was a sit-down concert. There was Patrick Feeney, Jimmy Buckley, myself, and Mick Flavin, and the energy in the room, just to be able to perform in front of a great crowd it was fabulous. So that was my last night. I haven't sang since that night. So, we'll be looking forward to getting back. So I do love the concerts. I have to say now, I really enjoy the concerts also, and social dancing and every angle of it. It all is something nice to add to the performance. I've been doing a few live performances as well from the house. That's kind of a strange one, singing into a phone. But it seems to be the way, some people are... It's about, I suppose, bringing a bit of joy to the people sitting at home as well, because whatever about us not able to go out and perform, there's so many not able to go out and dance, and that was their social outing, so it's they miss it.
Yes, and when, tell me this, is there any particular night that you actually do that on Facebook?
Well, I haven't done it the last few weeks now because I've been just crazy busy, but I did put up that I will be doing it this weekend. I'll get to do maybe... it'll be next Saturday actually. Probably next Saturday night is when I'll do another live now. So do a couple hours. I usually start around 8 o'clock, 8 to 10.
Okay, so 8 o'clock on Saturday next, the 27th. You shall be in full speed and full action on Facebook.
Hopefully the Wi-Fi is good. Yeah, there's so many different aspects to doing the live. It's quite intense actually. You wouldn't think it, but it's good old crack because you can see, the people that are watching and they're leaving little commentary and everything, and it's a connection, so it's great.
Indeed it is. Yes, it definitely is, but as you say, yep, you have to be sure about the connection and all the rest of the speed and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know, it's gas. I was here one day and my phone was sideways. It was the wrong way around. I'd done about 10 minutes of the show, so you have to be tech savvy. You learn all these things as you go, I suppose. But there's a lot of people doing, live performance, acoustic performance, and, so you kind of had to find ways. And this new thing now is the car, the drive-in performances seem to be what's going to be going on now. So that'll be interesting now.
Indeed it will, yes. There's a number of them coming up. I know there's a huge one coming up actually the first weekend in July in Ballymena. It's got Marty Moan, Philomena Begley and Derek Ryan there. That's a huge
event. The Farmer's Bash.
The Farmer's Bash.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's sold out actually, pretty quickly. I think they put on a third night now actually, because 2 nights sold out.
That's right.
So
amazing.
I don't know where they're going to jive. It's funny, it's strange. Maybe they'll get up on the roof of the car or something, or on the bonnet. They'll go jiving, but I'm sure they'll have great fun and enjoy themselves. Oh,
indeed, yeah. It should be something else. It'll be definitely a bit of crack for those who go along to it.
It will. Absolutely, yeah. And after people have been in for so long, they're ready. I met a little lady at the shop there the weekend, and she was just so lonely without the dancing. She just said she couldn't wait to get back to the land of the living. Of course, the social distancing would be, tricky enough in regards to that. So I'm not sure what way they'll work that one out. But sure, we'll just have to see what the universe, how it unfolds for us,
Indeed, that's the thing. Sabrina, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. Thanks very much indeed for talking to me, and I wish you continued success, and hopefully that you get out and about soon.
Thank you so much. Hopefully, yeah, and I really appreciate the interview, and thanks for saying such nice things. It's nice to it's nice to hear that. So I really appreciate it, and to anybody that's tuned in, keep the faith, and hopefully we'll be back in no time. And until then, just keep listening, I suppose, to the music.